Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Here's your coach, Nicole. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel, Coaching Matters. It is good morning. Welcome to my channel, Coaching Matters. The advantage today is that we are going to talk about um, men and their desire for quiet love. They want quiet. They want quiet love. What does that mean? What does it mean when a man wants quiet love? What does that mean? We're going to talk about that today. Yes, we are. So, welcome everyone. I'm doing okay, Cash Money. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. Do understand, everyone, I am your coach, Carla Nicole, and I'm always, always, always driven to make sure that I give you something that you can use after you get off of this video. You can use it today. I am a coach that's going to give you and provide you with, strategy. I'm going to give you some actionables so that you can get results that you're desiring, that you want. So, welcome everybody. Just to let you know, I'm going to add on the chat my Patreon. So, if you are a person that really enjoys my work, please be sure to join my Patreon. Because my Patreon, I even give even more information um, on that. So I want to make sure that you have that. So the link is also on the live chat. So be sure to visit my Patreon and also my Cash App. My Cash App is Carla Nicole with a 1. If you would like to bless me for just blessing you, that's the blessing. Okay. So please be sure to share this video. When you share, when you interact, when you talk to me, this makes the whole reason for what I'm doing worth my while. Okay. So let's get started. Welcome. I'm Coach Carla Nicole. For those of you who don't know me, I am a coach that is building an empire around helping people to have better, healthier love affairs, better, healthier lives, and really wants to get to a more resourceful journey and choosing better when they are looking for relationships, not just looking for love affairs, but also how are they bettering their relationships with their kids? How are they bettering their relationships with their peers, their family? So I'm really big about creating an understanding for you so that you can have a better understanding of life. So you can really get more intentional with how you are experiencing this life. Listen, we don't live forever, so we must make sure that we are driven to be more intentional with what we're doing in this lifetime. It is very vital that we are more intentional with what we experience in our lifetime. Let me also explain that a lot of times we believe that we are victims in life, that we just don't have this, we don't have that, we're negative about this, we're negative about that because of what we don't have. Problem is, it's not that we don't have it, it's just that what we do have, we're not acknowledging it or we're not grateful for what we do have. So I do want to also shed light on that perspective and help you to come to a different understanding as well. So also, let's get started. So this is for, I was moved to do this video topic because one of the gentlemen saw a post that I posted on Facebook. And if you don't follow me on Facebook, I do have a page called Carla Nicole Wisdom Coaching Services on Facebook. So you can also follow me there. And I had posted on my page that um, it's not easy to have relationships, but there's also a misunderstanding, I think, when we're getting involved with lovers. So I just mentioned in this particular post that women are constantly wanting, they constantly want monogamy, right? So we want a man to just be all of ours. We want a man to take care of us. We want a man in our life. And then after we get that man, then the next thing we want is to have more spontaneity and spice and stuff. But with monogamy comes monotony. And monotony means that it's routine. It's not going to be a different kind of extras and all this spice and stuff. That's just unrealistic. But a lot of women are really frustrated once they get the relationship. They're frustrated that they are not having, I would say, more spice, like I said, or adventure. And so when they don't have that, a lot of times women get frustrated, and then once they're frustrated, then they don't want to be intimate. So they withhold intimacy from the person that they said they wanted. And so when they hold back intimacy from a man, then the man is frustrated, and then he's ventures off to take care of that, and then the woman is now leaving due to infidelity. So this was the post topic that I have posted, and a gentleman had posted his comment on my post, and he said, I was telling him, I said, well, the challenge for men is that they are coming across a lot of lovers that really aren't what they so desire, and it's frustrating to them because they want you know a certain love affair, but they can't seem to get it the way they want it. And he said to me, I want a quiet love. So now let's talk about, what does that mean? What does quiet love mean? And so, me, I'm always going to research, and I'm going to talk to other intentional men that can give me some clarity as to what is a quiet love to you. So, quiet love means he wants a love that is not possessive, and he wants a love beyond passion. Why would a man want or desire a love beyond passion and without possession? So we're going to dive in, shall we? So, um, a quiet love is without possession and beyond passion. So let's dive in first about possessiveness. So when you're in a relationship, right, and you have a love affair that you so desire and you want to be in, once we get in a love affair, we oftentimes find ourselves frustrated because we are so engulfed and so infatuated with our lover that we want to, if I will be honest, we tend to want to just hold on to them with a death grip. And what I mean by that is, we don't want him in anybody else's space. We don't want him to work. We don't want him gone away from our sight. We want him so involved with us in our time that we become so suffocating that a man can't breathe. Here's what's true. He said he wanted a quiet love, and in quiet, that doesn't mean to suffocate. Sometimes we can take the mere breath out of our love affairs. If we're honest, we can find ourselves so swooped up and excited about what we have as far as our rapport, our engagement, our joy with each other. But the truth of the matter is, we oftentimes find ourselves so suffocating because we don't want to share it. We don't want to share him. We don't want to, you know, get all caught up in what a man is doing. But for you gentlemen, I want you to understand that the reason you dislike possessiveness is because you want to have someone that holds some type of trustworthiness in your relationship. Here's what's true. Don't forget to share this video. Here's what's true. When you are wanting and desiring a relationship, first of all, you need to be clear about what you want in that relationship. Do you want a lover that is solely revolving around you, or do you want a lover that has some adventure to her? Because these are two things that could clash in the event you get involved with her. So this is something you need to ask yourself, and ask yourself in an honest space. So you're not getting so caught up in, oh, I just want a woman, I want someone to, be here. That I get, but we're going to go beyond wanting a woman that can cook and clean. We're going to go beyond that and look at what exactly you're desiring in a love affair. Sometimes we get caught up in the narratives that go on. What's she bringing to the table? Can she cook and clean? Is outdated now. We are in year 2025, and cooking and cleaning and all of that is a good benefit, and definitely something you want to hope that she possesses. But that shouldn't be the mere thing that you're really focusing on. You need to know, is this woman a woman that is content with life, with herself? Is she in her purpose? And actually, to be all the way honest, it's not easy to find if you are looking in all the wrong places, gentlemen. So let me be honest about that. Women that are purposeful, they usually are in routine. When you deal with a purposeful woman is going to probably align better with a relationship that is exclusive. It is someone that will be able to, be in a relationship with even a conglomerate of women because she's in purpose. So you want to seek and look for a woman that is in her purpose. Why do you want a woman in purpose? Well, the number one reason you want someone that has a purpose is because she will be less suffocating. She will be a woman that really is driven to want to have and hold a certain um, expectation in herself for accomplishing her needs, her wants, her values without putting so much pressure on you. Now, if you desire a woman that's adventurous, that's fine. I'm not saying that that's a woman that is not feasible to be with. But I am saying that in her adventure, does she get fulfilled, or is she constantly chasing adventure? Because this person is more likely going to be someone that's going to be frustrated in the confines of exclusivity. So she may not be a match for you to try to exclusively be in a relationship with. And if you're a gentleman that's not about exclusivity, then that may be the type of woman you do want. So I'm sharing with you what quiet love looks like. Quiet love is a woman that is on purpose, and purposeful women don't get souped up or concerned about what you're doing, or get so you know consumed with your outside interest or your outside activities, because she's basically fulfilled in purpose. She has her own driven things that she's doing for herself. So, gentlemen, I want you to understand it's vitally important that you pay attention to what it is you desire in a woman, and this is how you can manifest one. Very easy, but yet it's very challenging for those who haven't sat down to really see in your heart and mind what you really desire. This is key. So, like I said, after you get off of this live, you can now see how clear and crystal clear these steps are to take to know exactly what it is you're desiring for in a woman. Now, just a little bit about me, I actually DoorDash. And in door dashing, I can be honest with you, I see how women actually move and where they go. Women that are adventurous and like certain things and like to do different activities usually have a tendency to get involved with certain things. Women that are quiet, more reserved, also have their own taste of where they want to go and where they want to be and what they want to engage in. So, with that said, when you understand this, you can now place yourself in a more ideal space within the confines of what you're desiring as far as what you want in a relationship. So, what that means is okay, I want a relationship with a woman that likes to travel. She loves adventure. She loves nature. She loves to try new things. Well, then you, my love, wouldn't go to just say, you wouldn't go to like the library because that person is going to probably be more in their solitude. They're going to probably want more time where they spend alone. They're going to like to be more in quiet spaces. So they're not going to want to do all that jumping around and going here and going there. So you have to pay attention in your own desire of knowing what you want to look for when you're in this space of desiring to have this quiet love you say you want. So understand, look for what it is that type of person is going to have taste to do. What do they want to do? Where do they want to go? This is important because anytime we want to or have an intention on building something or have an intention on creating something, we have to be understanding and we have to really be aware of what it is we're looking to do. Okay, so it's very important that you pay attention to the type of woman you desire and want. And you can have quiet love with either one, but the quiet love doesn't come from her personality or how she, how she interacts with you. Quiet love comes from having contentment. Quiet love comes from you and she being able to have a joy without having to have activities. Have a joy and be in each other's space and feel okay without having to see that that person cares about you because it's already well established. This is what quiet love looks like. We get caught up in, oh, I want to have the drama, I want to have the constant conversation as to why I'm here, and that constant affirmation that these relationships have constantly end up going into dramatic situations and scenarios because they're not fulfilled within. Why I said and encouraged you to look for a purpose and a purpose driven person is because purpose really helps a woman and a man really to get more intentional with their life. They're not so caught up in what it is they need and what it is they want, but they're more focused on why I'm here and what I'm here to do, and how can I get this accomplished, and how can I make a difference. So you see the difference? That's how you can see if someone is purposeful or not. Okay, so men, when you're looking for a lady and you really want a relationship that is totally fulfilling for you, you want to first make sure you're strategizing properly. Okay? Also, you want to make sure that the woman can think. A woman that is able to problem solve and make decisions is essential for quiet love because when you're talking about having a love affair that you can trust, remember originally I mentioned about being trustworthy. Having trust comes from having dependability. And when you can depend on the woman that you want in your life, you will find out that, man, I don't have to feel so bombarded with questions and all of this stuff because I can trust that if I'm not there, if I'm not around, she can make decisions. And I can be confident in her decision making. So, with that said, you want to make sure that when you are choosing a woman that you want to build a life with, that you choose a woman that really knows how to problem solve, research, and make decisions, sometimes on a whim or educated decisions where she takes her time, she researches, she does some, investigating and things like that nature, where you can see this woman, if something goes wrong or something is not where it needs to be, you can start to see, okay, wait a minute, you know what? She really can kind of pick this up. She really kind of gets what I'm saying. Yes, because she has her own mindset. A woman that constantly uses her mind, challenges her thinking, questions her own beliefs, is in an often conversation with someone she doesn't agree with to challenge her own way of thinking, it changes everything, because now you're having someone that is not just in your space, but you're having someone that's in your space that actually can understand and come up with their own understanding of it from their own intelligence, from their own problem solving, and from their own understanding of life. So these are things that you want to look for, especially when you're talking about getting involved with a woman. And this, my love, is very important. This also helps from if you want to go into an exclusive relationship, or if you want to have a group of women that can get along. Groups of women that are in poly relationships can get along, but those women have to have an established understanding of self-worth. You got to get back to more self-love. And that means with the woman you're choosing, she has to be very efficient with self loving. So that means she can't be constantly wanting your attention or wanting to be seen by you, because she doesn't know her own worth. When a woman knows her worth, you have something. You're going to have a quiet love, because that woman's not going to constantly try to drum up drama and drum up circumstances and ugliness in your relationship so that she can have some type of adventure, and the adventure is not fun. The adventure is more chaotic. You don't want that. You want someone that can flow with you, make decisions, be involved, but not be so involved to where you can't breathe. This is why I say men want quiet love, that want and desire this quiet love. You want to seek a woman that has those qualities that I just gave you. And again, you need to start paying attention, men, to where you can go to find these women. What type of women are they? What is it that they are into? Do they like to go and really take their time with themselves? Do they like to be involved with like nature? Do they like to take nature walks? Are they into yoga? Do they enjoy working out? What are they doing? Because let me explain something to you, men, and I'm trying to help you to understand this. When you are looking for a love affair, you want to make sure when you are choosing that woman that not only does she have a good relationship with you and she get along, you need to know how she is inside of herself. Is she constantly in a torment? Does she constantly feel bombarded and hurt about what she doesn't have? Is she always negative? These are cues for you to be like, oh, wait a minute. I maybe don't want to merge my life with her, because she's kind of got a lot of stuff going on with her that's really, really unsettling. And so for that, you want to make sure you pay attention to that. So I went over a lot for you guys. You're going to have to watch this again, because there was a lot of details that I gave you and gifted you so that you can understand. These are things you need to pay attention to when you are in seek to manifest a lover or a woman in your life. This is very important, and these are essential for you to know that you are wanting a woman that is not possessive, but a woman that is full of purpose, and she is really okay in aloneness, and she's okay with being content. Okay, so those are very important. Now, let's step into the next realm that I talked about, which is men want women that are, well, men are going to want a relationship that's beyond just passion. Okay, so let's talk about passion for a minute. So, passion is oftentimes, I believe personally, overrated. We talk a lot about, oh, I want a passionate love. I want all this intimacy and all this sex, and I want to have all these love scenes with my man, and all of those things. And I get it. But a lot of movies and a lot of TV and conversations and talks has really got us in a frenzy wanting something that's unrealistic. The truth of the matter is, when you really want to deep dive into a love affair, you're going to have very limited time as far as intimacy is concerned, especially in the in the beginning. Of course, you don't have children. You got time, you got youthfulness, you got all that, and it's all joy and fun, and oh my God, we just can't stop with each other. But then when you get into the middle age group and you got teenagers, you got to go here and there, you got work, you got to shop, you got to get stuff for home, you got all kinds of stuff with the house going on. You've got a lot going on. Intimacy and sex starts to be on a huge decline because we just don't get it as often as we want it. So what I'm seeing with men, they have more of a foresight about love affairs versus women. Us women have a short-sighted view. We want all that we see on the movies and stuff, so we're all excited about that. But when you look at men and what they desire, you see that men have more foresight on what they desire. So, okay, men want the quiet love beyond passion. Well, what does that mean? Well, I'm finding that in conversations with a lot of different gentlemen that I'm close to, I'm finding that the men are beyond just the bedroom love scenes. They want that too, but once they're in this season of life, which is between the ages of 35 and up, these men aren't looking for just passion and sex. They can pay for that. So it's beyond that now. They want a quiet love to where if they are intimate with you, there's going to be a resonance after the intimacy that's going to carry them on and keep them fulfilled. They're also going to want quiet lovemaking, which means that it's life giving. It's something that's making him feel like he can now focus on what he's needing to do. Sexual energy, when exchanged with your partner, is for you to become more creative. That's what sexual energy is for. You won't be hearing that from anywhere else, but I'm here to tell you that is what sexual energy is for. It is for creativity. It is to help mold you and motivate you into becoming your higher self. This is what it's for. However, the movies and the images that we see about passion is all about, oh my God, it's steamy and we're making love, we're on the beach, we're having all this, this it's romanticism going on. But the truth of the matter is, in real intimacy, that all of those things are not, the sparks going off, all of that isn't really realistic, if we're honest. So what does a man really crave is a man that I've talked to and spoken with a lot of times. They're saying that they desire a woman that brings him to a higher level of care. So I'm not talking about how she cares about him, but how he cares about himself. Her lovemaking on him and to him is helping him to learn how to care and love himself. This, my love, is one of the passions that men desire, and it's quiet. You're not going to see it. I'm seeing more gentlemen speaking on women doing things outside of what we see on TV and buying them the big old cars and all this stuff and taking them to a sports event, but rather a woman that's paying attention and studying him and then knowing what he needs, not just on a big scale. I'm talking about if you see him and he's struggling with something, you go in and you try to help. You go in and come up with plans to resolve what he's got going on. You give him counsel, you help him, you give a care about him. And this, my love, is a part of quiet love that men may not articulate, but this is what they're telling me they desire. So, men, here's the clue to help you to see if a woman truly cares about you. Start paying attention to what that woman really does for you outside of in the bedroom. What mindfulness energy does she put on you and on your relationship when you two are together? How does she care about you? Pay attention to this. These resources will help you that I'm giving you here. Pay attention. Good morning, Black Ambassador. Good morning. Pay attention to what it is that you are providing, that she's providing to you, and what women does she associate with? Who was the woman that raised her? What programming does she draw to? This is very insightful for what you can use when you're talking about choosing a woman that you're wanting to be with. Association is key and very important because when a woman hangs with a lot of women that like the drama and all the back and forth, they're baddies and all this stuff, when you notice that women are drawing into that particular uh, conglomerate of energy, you'll realize that that's the energy she carries within. So if you're desiring quiet love, you need to see what she associates with. And then that helps you to see environmentally that that environment she seems to flow best in is going to be the environment in her mind. Sip on that for a minute. The environment that she surrounds herself with, what makes her the most comfortable, what gives her the most joy, what keeps her the most engaged, what has the most of her attention. Who does she like to listen to and draw to? That's key because when you're talking about wanting to be in a relationship with someone, you will realize, well, wait a minute. She's constantly wanting to be around women that really enjoy the things that I want a person that I want to be with enjoy. I'm into working out. I like to go and do yoga. I like nature walks. I like to talk and vibe and just have our time together. I don't have to have all these extravaganzas, but I do want to have something that I can enjoy when we are together. Once you see that that woman has that, then you start to realize, oh, okay, this is what I want and this is what I need. See, when men speak, they speak with clarity. Men want these things that I'm gifting you, ladies. So if ladies, you're on here, pay attention as well. This is for you men, so you men know how to find the woman you're looking for. How do you find that type of love? It's not easy to find because a lot of times you aren't sure, well, I don't know where to go. Well, let me give you a few places to start to spend time at. It might help you. You ready? Let me know when you're ready to write this down. Men, you want a quiet love. I'm going to give you very key places that these women will most likely be at. Excuse me. Number one, if you want quiet love and you want a woman that is of a certain class, she has certain taste. You can find decent women like this that enjoy things at the yoga studios. So take you some yoga classes. For a woman to want to go into yoga, she has to really be meditative. She has to be a seeker of peace and quiet, and usually she's soul searching. If she doesn't know her purpose, it's going to prick and prod her to get her to want to start that journey. So if you are seeing women that are desiring yoga, you might want to take some yoga classes. They are going to surround you. You're going to start to see, oh my God, there's a lot of women here that are Not only just beautiful, but yoga studios will help you to see women that are very passionate and really also are desiring quiet love that we talked about. Another great place to frequent is Fresh Time. Fresh Time, why? Why would I say Fresh Time? Why? What's up with that? Well, Fresh Time is a very holistic grocery store. I know it seems bizarre. Why would you go there? Well, you need to, because usually women that desire quiet love, they usually are big about their health and what they ingest in their body. So they're big about tea, and they really like to make sure that their food is fresh. They want to make sure that they have, the most richest, less additives and artificial flavoring in their foods, which is important because those women that are big about their diet are going to be better with thinking because she's digesting food that's healthier for her. It helps for the mind to be clear. She's not putting a lot of additives and artificial flavors in her food because she's now more concerned about what she's ingesting in her body. And also, that means a lot about what she's doing as far as, her dietary mission. Also, a woman at Fresh Time is really big about thinking about what is it I'm cooking? How am I cooking? What am I cooking? This is important for you also because you're going to desire and want a woman that cooks well, but also cooks fresh foods. So, this is another great place to go to find a woman that most likely will be a woman that is big about her health and also big about how she's taking care of her her body. And those two places are very good places to start to look and see potential lover or potential lover love interest or lovers that you desire to kind of get involved with. If you're desiring this quiet love that you know he has told me he's looking for. So this is something that these are two places that you can go that would be very good places for you to consider. And third but not least is Panera Bread. Panera Bread, and I'll also throw in Starbucks. Panera Bread and Starbucks are two great places that you can also find women that are really about, wanting to have quiet love. The reason why is because Panera Bread and Starbucks tend to have women that are into reading, they're into, um, just self care, and they really kind of have a routine. Once they kind of start going to these places, I notice because I DoorDash, and so when I see that, I understand that in DoorDashing, it really gives me the awareness that maybe you gentlemen don't get to have, which is I can see the women that frequent at these restaurants. When you see a certain person, you see them almost daily or you see them often and consistently because they have a routine. Again, we talked about earlier the monotony of quiet love. So you're going to want a woman that is in pattern to being okay with routine. If you have someone that consistently butts up against routine, you're most likely going to have a woman that's going to be a little more disoriented, disorganized, and she's just not going to have what you need for a long-term love affair. So I hope I gave you what you need today. Again, make sure to share this video. You're going to need to watch this several times because, again, this video is going to give you and gift you with some very intricate things that you need to use and learn and do in order to manifest the quiet love you're wanting. You can't get quiet love with a loud, rambunctious, disorganized being. It's going to have you in a chaos and it's going to make you feel like you're really frustrated with it and dealing with it. So, again, I just wanted to gift you this information, help you to see it's important that if you get to a point where you're desiring quiet love, This is where to start. And remember, I told you, when I gift you something and I tell you something, you can use it right after this video is over. That's what I mean. Everything I gave you here today, you can use today. You can actually get off of this, get off of this video. You can go in that shower, you can shower up, groom up, get you all nice and clean, get a real nice outfit, and take your behind over to Panera Bread right now and just start frequently going over there. Get you a, if you don't have a whole lot, just get you something small and just start frequently going over there. Then go over to Starbucks tomorrow. Next time you grocery shop the first time. I'm giving you this skinny to keep this really easy and simple. This will help you to see, oh, so I can manifest. It comes down to odds, right? When you want something and you desire something and you want it to happen, you have to increase your odds by placing yourself in very specific locations. This helps you, gentlemen, to get beyond hoping and wishing and telling your boy that you know anybody, and that normally never works. Um, so start to get more intentional. This is chess out here. You want to have certain things, but you're not being intentional. And every time we do this, we find ourselves more frustrated because we're not getting the results we want. So stop doing it the same way you're doing it. You're going to work and coming home. You're not going to find a woman that way. Or you're going to the wrong places looking for this type of woman, and it's not going to happen. You're going to end up getting a woman, no doubt, but she's not going to be the type. She's not going to be the one that you want to build a life with. She's going to be a right now chick. And after a while, I'm understanding you gentlemen are like over it. Thankless love is just outdated now, and many of you men are so over it. You don't have it to do, and I'm seeing it, and I'm hearing it, and I'm talking to other gentlemen that are decent men that really have the high qualities to really be in a woman or women's lives, and they are holding themselves back because they don't see nothing. And I keep saying, well, where are you going? Because if you're not paying attention to what it is you really desire, you're going to keep going to the wrong locations. And when you keep going to the wrong locations, you're going to keep getting the wrong results. I hope I helped somebody today. Be sure to share this video. My Cash App is in here. Okay, let me see. I put it on here again so you have it. Also, I will give you my 800 number. It is 8445 Wisdom, extension 0. I do have a special going on right now for a 45-minute coaching session with me, and also join my Patreon. You can actually join my Patreon, and on my Patreon, actually, you can become a member, a paid member on there for $7 a month. And I actually have a really good dynamic collection called The Power of You. Listen, it's powerful, I'm telling you. If you really take advantage of my Power of You um, collection on Patreon, you'll realize how much you can really benefit from the actual series, because it really provides you with how to work on you. Yes, I provided to you gentlemen what you need and where to go for women that you're desiring the quiet love with, but you also need to make sure you're maximizing your self-love. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of men don't realize that they're self-love deficient. And so in my Power of You collection on Patreon, I talk about how important it is that you up your self-love. Self-love is deficient for really having a solidity in relationships. And I don't think we pay attention enough to how powerful it really is, because we're spending so much time about all these other things that we want, desire. But your self-love The more you love you, the more you want and should desire a woman that loves herself at the maximum level. Because, and let me just tell you that every time I tell someone and I coach them and I say, look, from what I'm seeing with you, you're self love deficient. The first comeback that the person says to me is, oh, I love myself. And I said, you didn't hear what I said. I said, you are self love deficient. Self loving takes practice. You can't just love yourself and think that it's, oh, we're all good, I got it, it's great. No, self love takes practice. It's not something you just up and do. You have to be in practice of it. There will be moments that you are negative to yourself, that you're mean to yourself, that you bully yourself. Those happen. And we don't talk enough about that. I will be doing something on how we can be our greatest bully to ourselves. But we need to understand, gentlemen, that if you want a very strong, um, long lasting love affair, is the first one has to start with you. And what are your silent thoughts to yourself? Are you really kind to you? Or are you spending most of your time constantly um, telling yourself what you're not? And when you find yourself in that position, you start to find yourself, man, I'm always feeling this and feeling that, and I'm down about this, down about that. It's like, yeah, I get it. But where's your gratitude in this lifetime? You are still breathing. And for what you've been through, that's amazing. So we need to start getting some gratitude. And again, there's self-love acts that you have to do in order to stay on top of your self-love. There's times when anyone can get low in self-love. It is true. We all have our moments of self-love deficiency. And so we have to constantly be on top of how am I doing with my relationship with me. And so that, my love, you can also find on Patreon. And please go there and become a member. Again, it's really powerful. It's so much in there that you can really use and take advantage of. You just have to realize that it's not hard to do. It just requires for you to be um, intentional. And if you really want something different, you got to do it different. You can't just hope and wish it to be different and continue to do the same thing, because you're just going to keep getting the same results, unfortunately. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you that showed up. Again, I'm your coach, Carla Nicole. Enjoy your day, everybody. I'm signing off. Best kept.